vocation, well, for me, vocation, it means a call from God, a call from above. It follows from the idea that when God created us, when He thought about us from all eternity, that He didn't just think of me as John Keenan. He thought of me in terms of a work that He wanted me to do that no one else could do. St. John Henry Newman has that lovely prayer, I have my place in His plan, a work that He's given to me, that He's given to no other in building up the kingdom of God. And so for me it's a call, but it's not a call that God uses with a megaphone. It's probably a call that's a whispering, it's an invitation, it's a sort of have you ever thought of, or what do you think about, I'm thinking that you might be, and for me it was to be a priest. And I remember when that call really came for me. I was studying at Glasgow University and living at home in Maryhill, just about 25 minutes up the road, and it was after Pope John Paul's visit to Scotland, where there was a great ferment in the church, and our parish priest had asked myself and some friends if we could be involved in the church with setting up a music group for one of our masses, and then also trying to form a youth group for some of our young children, primary children, and then early secondary school. Well, Monday to Friday I was at university. I was pursuing my law degree, and I had lots of friends, a really great social life. There my expectation was, like all of my friends, that I'd go on and graduate and become a lawyer and get married and have a family and have a very nice job and a very nice life. But my weekend hobby was really the church and being involved in our music group and our youth group. And as the years went on, as the months and years went on, we started with a little music group, but it grew and grew and grew to about 20 young people involved as cantors and as musicians with guitars and pianos and violins and flutes. And more people started to come to that morning mass. So it was full. You had to come early to get a seat. And with the youth group on the Sunday evening, more and more young people were coming. We were doing more and more things. So it was really captivating me. But when I was at mass on the Sunday, while the Father Gallica was preaching his homily, I got into the way of thinking, well, if I was the priest in this parish, I would do this. If I was the priest, I would do that. If I was the priest, I wouldn't do. And I was thinking like that, enjoying it for weeks on end. And then this thought came into my head. It was like a little bee landing in my head. And I saw it coming. I tried to stop it, but I couldn't. And it was the question, if you're so smart at knowing how to be a priest, why are you over here studying to be a lawyer? And it was the last question I wanted to come into my head, because whereas I was captivated by the church, it was a hobby. I didn't want to give my life. I didn't want to give up the prospect of being married and having a family and having a nice job in the world. But now I knew that the Lord was asking me not that the church would be a hobby, a pastime, but that it actually would cost my life, that I would give my life to this. And I had to sit with that for many, many months, and bargaining with God. Well, what if instead I give up the law and become an RE teacher and pass on the faith that way? What if I become a journalist and pass on the truth that way? But every time I thought, there was always that deeper, insistent invitation, appeal. And then at a certain point, a priest who I confided in, I said to me, look, if this is an itch that keeps inside of yourself, why don't you leave, once you've graduated, leave the law for a year, go to seminary and maybe see, well, maybe I'm not called to be a priest, and if you're not, then you can go back. I thought that was very sensible advice, and gradually I went into the applicants programme for priesthood. And the first weekend I was at the seminary with the other applicants and with the seminarians, I felt, this is right, this is at peace. And each of the other 4 weekends I went, I felt the same. And we went out to Rome, and very soon discovered that I don't want to go back to the law. this is my life, this is what God calls me to be, and this is also where he'll call me to be happy and fulfilled. So that's what vocation is for me, and that's how it played out in my early years.